Good morning, children. In this video, we are going to discuss about the rate of reaction. Now let me see what is the definition of this rate of reaction. So generally the rate of reaction, when you observe here, very simple definition we can make: the change in the concentration of reactants or products with respect to time. This is called the definition of rate of reaction. Okay, the change in the concentration of reactant or product with respect to time, that is called what? Rate of reaction. With respect to reactant, if you observe, with respect to reactant, okay, the decrease in the concentration of reactants with respect to time is called what? Rate of reaction. Similarly, with products, the change in the concentration means here increase in concentration of product with respect to time is called what? Rate of reaction. That means for the reactant, the concentration will be what? Increased, decreased for the reactant. For the products, concentration will be increased with respect to what? Time actually. So this is called what? Rate of reaction definition. Right? Now you observe here rate. This rate, isn't it? We explain by taking a very good example here. Now a reaction is there, A converting into B. This one is what? Reactant. This one is what? Product. Now in this reaction with respect to time, how A is converting into B with the different concentrations. So here T equal to 0 initial time, here T equal to 60 seconds. So for every 10 seconds, isn't it? For every 10 seconds, the concentration of reactant and the concentration of product is changing here. So when you observe here, the blue color is actually for reactant and red color is always for products here. With respect to time, reactant concentration, that means the blue color molecules are decreasing, and with respect to time, the red color, which are actually product molecules, are increasing. So this graph shows that the reactant concentration decreasing and the product concentration is increasing with respect to time. Now what is this rate? As just we have taken the change in the decrease in the concentration of reactants with respect to what? Time, isn't it? That is called what? Rate of reaction. You take care. So this is the time limit, 10 to 20 minutes. So I have taken 10 to 20 seconds, 10 to 20 seconds. Now what is the concentration of reactant concentration is what? 30. After 20 seconds, the reactant concentration, that means number of molecules are how many here? Become 20. Now it is decreased here. Now what is the rate of reaction with respect to reactants? The change in the concentration of reactants with respect to time is called what? Rate of reaction. Similarly, for products, same time I am taking with respect to this time. The change in the concentration of product here, how many? 10. Here what happened? 20. Now the molecules, what happened? Change in the concentration of product, what happened here? Increasing with respect to time. It is increasing. This one always will be. In any reaction, if you observe, the concentration of reactant will decreases like this and concentration of product will increases like this. Okay. So this graph explains how it is decreasing and increasing here. Now let me take here, what are the various types of reaction rates? We discuss here two types of rate of reactions here. Two types of rate. One is called average rate. When we'll take generally average rate, if the time interval is what? More. Okay. Rate over a period of time between two period times here, in which the time interval is what? Large. Then something 10 seconds, 1 second, like 1 minute, 10 minutes, like that. Second type is called instantaneous rate. In this case, at a given time, at a particular point, in which what happened, particular point means the time intervals will be very, very, very less here. So at particular time, the rate of reaction becomes what? Instantaneous rate. At a given period of time, the rate of reaction is called what? Average rate here. So let me discuss this one. What is this? A period of time and a given time. Okay. Now we'll take this graph. In this graph, on x-axis I have taken time. On y-axis I have taken concentration of reactant. Now, how to calculate the average rate? So this is what average rate. How to calculate the average rate? So change in the concentration of reactant by changing the time here. Now delta T is equal to T2 minus T1. Delta R is equal to R2 minus R1. Generally R2 means what? Final concentration. R1 means what? Initial concentration. T2 means what? Final time, and T1 means initial time. So when you observe here what happened, for example, I have taken average rate. I am calculating average rate. In the last, for example, initial at T time, T is equal to 0. The concentration R1 is something 0.4 molar concentration, right? At a T2 time, this is T1 time, T2 time, the time is something 10 seconds. Concentration of reactant is decreased to what? 0.3 moles. Now what will be the average rate? Average rate is equal to, substitute in this formula, we are going to get T2 is equal to 0.3 minus 0.4 divided by T2 will be what here? 10 minus 0. You are going to get this one something minus 0.1 by 10, that equal to minus 0.01. But generally the rate of reaction should be in positive. Rate of reaction should not be negative. Negative means what? It is not valuable, it is. So we have to take this one as a positive. How to take positive? Multiply this one with what? Minus. So here in the formula only we are multiplying it. Here in the formula only we are multiplying with minus. So when you multiply this one with minus, what happen? You are going to get 0.01 as a average rate. Okay. Now whenever you are calculating average rate of reactants, always multiply that formula with minus. For the product, no need. Why? Because in the average rate of product, what happen? Again T1 equal to 0 seconds, T2 equal to what actually? Again 10 seconds. And at this time product concentration will be what here? 0. That means P1 will be 0 and P2 will be something what? 0.1. Now average rate is equal to what we are going to get here? That equal to P2 will be how much here? 0.1 minus 0, 10 minus 0, you are going to get that equal to 0.01. Here already you are getting, without multiplication of minus, you are getting plus 1. So no need to multiply this one with what? Positive. Here no need to multiply this one with positive. This is about the average rate. Now what about the instantaneous rate? Instantaneous rate means, see, at this point I want to calculate the instantaneous rate of reaction. So what you have to do, at this point you have to draw a tangent line like this. Draw a tangent line. Now calculate the slope. How to calculate the slope? By taking x-axis, here also what? Y-axis. How much change is absorbed in that time? How much change absorbed in the concentration, isn't it? Now the slope always will be, isn't it, instantaneous rate. If we calculate the slope, we are going to get the instantaneous rate. So again here also slope will be, because of decreasing, no, so slope definitely will get a negative. This value always will be a negative. So that is the reason this negative should be multiplied with minus. So instantaneous rate is always equal to, isn't it, minus slope for what? Reactants. How to calculate the slope? Just by taking the change in the time and the change in the concentration. So formula will be change the concentration divided by change the time. Substitute, you will get the answer. Similarly, for the instantaneous rate for what? Products. Again, if we calculate the slope, we are going to get the instantaneous rate. So at this particular time, isn't it? I want to calculate the instantaneous rate. Now again, draw a tangent line like this, take a triangle like this, isn't it? Now calculate the dp, calculate the dt here. Substitute in this one, we get the slope. So very simple. For average rate, take R2 minus R1 or P2 minus P1 with the change in the time. Whereas for instantaneous rate, take dp, d for what? Derivations here. Small changes, no, dp by dt like that, or dr by dt like this. So we'll take some example here. Now here we'll take a time interval. This will be t1, this will be t2, okay, and this one will be r1 and this one will be r2. Now when you substitute here to calculate the average rate, I want to calculate the average rate. So what is the formula? Change the concentration of reactant divided by change the concentration of time. This is the reactant. Okay, this is the water, no need to take. So I've taken change the concentration of what? C4H9 divided by delta T. Now what is the formula? It will be R2 minus R1 by T2 minus T1. What is R2 here? This is R2, this one is R1, this is T2, this one is T1. Now R2 equal to how much here? 0.0905 minus R1 will be 0.1 divided by T2 is how much? 50 minus T1 will be 0. Now if you substitute everything, you are going to get how much answer? 1.9 into 10 to the power of minus 4. Otherwise, if I take here, this is T1, this one will be T1, T2 if I take, this one becomes R1 and this becomes R2. Now in that case, the value will be, R2 will be taken 0.0741 minus R1 will be 0.0820 divided by. Now T2 will be how much here? 150. And T1 will be 100. Now after substituting everything, the answer will be for this particular point 1.6 into 10 to the power of minus 4 like this. So this we are going to get here. Okay. So in this way, simply we can calculate the average rate. Very simple it is. Now what about the instantaneous rate here? For instantaneous rate, for same reaction, how to calculate the rate of reaction? So again, we get a graph like this. Okay. Now at this point, you are doing something here. Instantaneous rate you are calculating here. Again, what you have to do? You have to draw a tangent line like this. Draw a tangent line like this. After drawing the tangent line here, for this particular point, take again a triangle like this. Now this area, this is actually what? dt. This will be what here? Change the concentration of reactant here. Now if we calculate instantaneous rate, isn't it? Instantaneous rate is equal to minus slope. Now slope equal to what here? dr by dt with minus sign. So with this we can calculate the instantaneous rate here. So the next class will take some units and other concepts. With this what happened? Rate of reaction is completed.